little dicey weather here,
Yep.
unfortunately, for Balloon Fiesta.
Yes, we are watching our own storm, which is sitting to our north, and it is bringing in wind, but it's also going to bring in some cold air. We have freeze warnings in effect for the Rio Grande Valley from areas like Belen and Los Lunas all the way up into Santa Fe as well, and Albuquerque is included for that. For tonight, we also have counties across the eastern portion of the state, or at least the northeastern portion of the state, included in that as well, where we will be looking at temperatures right around freezing for the overnight hours tonight and for your start on Saturday. Here's a look at the let's look at Albuquerque at the noon hour, where we are seeing a few more clouds than we have seen throughout much of the week. Just a sign that that storm system is passing to our north. 60 degrees the current temperature with the west-northwest wind at 22 miles per hour, gusting at times up to 25. You can see where the cold front is. It's positioned right across the central portion of the state now. The Four Corners already seeing their cool down. Only 48 degrees in Cortez and Durango, 56 in Los Alamos, 50 in Farmington. We're right on the edge of that front in Albuquerque, sitting at 60 degrees. Out ahead of it, we're still warming up across the east into the 70s and 80s. But as that front sweeps across the state, you're going to see those temperatures drop even throughout the afternoon hours. And you can see that temperature drop very clearly across the northwestern portion of the state. Almost a 20-degree drop from this time yesterday for Cortez. Albuquerque 10 degrees cooler than we were this time yesterday. Taos also 10 degrees cooler, and we'll eventually see all these areas in the south and the east cool down as well throughout the course of the day. Winds will be kicking up, so it is going to feel brisk through the afternoon today, with especially higher winds across the northeastern part of the state. 32-mile-per-hour wind gusts for Las Vegas and Tucumcari, 25 in Albuquerque, 23 in Santa Fe. And we are going to see the winds bump up a little bit over the next 3 hours or so, looking for about a 35-mile-per-hour wind gust by 3 p.m. this afternoon in Albuquerque. But we are watching those winds very closely for that balloon launch tomorrow. And as we go through the overnight hours, you will see those winds come down quite a bit. But we are still going to be looking at winds anywhere from around 10 to 15 miles per hour right at balloon launch time tomorrow. And even if the winds are a little bit calmer at the surface, they may still be a little bit higher just above the surface, which could cause some problems for the balloons. It's going to be close, so I wouldn't cancel any plans at this point to go out there and check out a balloon launch, because it could still very well happen, but it is going to be a close deal, and it may be one of those situations where we may have just a little bit of a delay. We are watching our storm system to the north. Most of the precip will be missing us to the north. Cooler air moving in this afternoon with the Pacific front. We'll have another front come in from the north tonight. And as that happens, we bring in those cool temperatures tomorrow morning, starting off in the 20s across the north into the 40s and 50s down to the south. We'll be right above freezing in the Albuquerque metro area. So if you go out to Fiesta Park tomorrow morning, you're definitely going to need a jacket. And afternoon highs only making it to the 50s and 60s for tomorrow. Definitely some of the coldest air we've seen so far this season. Southern Colorado had a chance at a couple of showers this afternoon as that storm passes to the north, but then more sunshine for the weekend with temperatures on the cool side. Over the northwest, sunny and cool, winds gusting to 35 miles per hour. We eventually rebound those temperatures into the latter half of the weekend and into early next week. Over the southwest, sunny skies for this afternoon, and it will be on the warm side, but eventually we do see those temperatures cool down over the weekend before recovering into early next week. Over the southeast, sunshine for this afternoon, highs into the 80s and 90s, but only the mid-60s for Saturday before seeing those temperatures bump back up to the 80s by Monday and Tuesday. Over the northeast, cool and windy. Temperatures will be cooling off even more for Saturday before starting to see them recover into the end of the weekend. Over the northern mountains, could see a spot afternoon snow shower, especially at resort level. Otherwise, lots of sunshine, cool temperatures. Winds will be decreasing throughout the weekend. Over the east mountains, cool and windy for this afternoon. Winds will gust up to 50 miles per hour. Areas like Clines Corners definitely susceptible to some of those higher winds. Winds will gust up to 40 miles per hour here in the metro with highs in the low 60s. Only the low 60s for the next couple of days, but we will eventually see those temperatures rebound. But the big thing for the Albuquerque metro area, a very cool start for Balloon Fiesta mornings.
Okay, thanks, John.